Hey my beauties, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, I'm excited, and as you coming in, please hit the like button. I just finished scrubbing the crap out of my face and my skin is looking much better. Okay, so I'm trying to wait for a few more people to come in so that I can properly thank everybody for my 3,000 subscribers. So please hit the like button and share. I feel naked without my glasses. Guys, I made it to 3,000 subscribers. It's been a while. I've been consistent for about a few months, maybe about 3 months. I've been consistent, but I've been on YouTube for a whole year. But if you're counting my YouTube page from back in 2009 when I was doing professional modeling, yeah, I've been on for a few years, but I decided to actually cut that channel because I was no longer modeling anymore. So I was like, why not just, start something new and, you know, start all over fresh. And starting over fresh, last year I had 5,000 subscribers, and I told everybody that I was having surgery, and those people, they wasn't loyal, but it's okay, they left. That just made more room for more people to come in. But I'm grateful for these 3,000 subscribers. It means a lot to me for people to actually enjoy my content. I try to bring a diverse, like a lot of people to my channel to, wait, let me start over because I can't talk. I'm excited. Okay, so my channel is basically diverse. I do a whole bunch of stuff on my channel. I went from just doing wigs to doing like cooking vlogs, DIYs, how to make stuff work with stuff that you already have in your house, stuff like that. So I've been doing a whole bunch of different stuff, trying to basically see what you guys are interested in, because many people do many different things on YouTube, and I wanted to make sure that not really like fit in, because I am who I am and I'm original, so it's only one me, so people are enjoying watching me do what I like to do. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button and share, because I don't believe anybody knows that I'm live. But 3,000, wow. And I did a whole bunch of streams and going into like different streams, like supporting everybody, and people have just been like connecting with me just because of like the type of work that I do. Let me push this back some. And this is the original spot where I originally started shooting videos, filming. So I wanted to make sure that I came back to the original spot where I originally started filming, because I really didn't know where to start filming. So I picked the spot, and it was behind my window. Like, do you know that this is my window? Probably not, but I mean, you pretty much probably have a clue that this is my window. But yeah, I either filmed here or like sitting on my couch. Hello, please hit the like button and share me out. This is a live for appreciation for my 3,000 subscribers. Um, I just want to let you guys know that I really appreciate you guys following my work, following my journey. And I've also been asked, why did I start YouTube? Originally, when I first started YouTube, it wasn't my choice. It was because I was doing professional modeling, and my sister was basically helping me with that. Cynthia, if you're watching, I love you so much, because you are the main reason why I have been so consistent. You have been giving me like ideas on like what to do, and like basically like helping me plan out my basic videos. And my main inspiration, besides my mother, Marisol, if you're watching, I love you too, but you probably won't watch this until in the morning because that's when you'll be at work. But my main inspiration is my kids, because I do this for my kids. Okay, so people were also asking me, even though this is a live appreciation, I figured I'd just talk about it while I'm here. How did I become homeless? Thank God I'm not homeless anymore. I'm pretty much stable. But how I became homeless, it was back in 2010. My son was about 6 or 7 months old, and it was, I don't claim him as my brother, but he told my mother that, I had to go or whatever. So I'm like, I got a baby and two more kids. Like, what am I supposed to do? I have nowhere to go. Even though I called my sister, and I was like, oh my God, they told me I had to get out. What am I supposed to do? Background, when I first started YouTube, so I figured I go back to where I started. But anyway, that day was really hard for me when I was told from my mother that I had to get out. And I believe it was possibly hard for her too, because she was kicking me out. And this is my biological mother I'm talking about, the one that I'm always talking about in my videos. Her name is Marisol, and she pretty much adopted me because I was in her house every day. I love her so much, because even when I just popped up at her house and it was dinner time, she still had an extra plate, and she put, all right, Adele, go and sit down and eat. Or when I fell asleep on the couch, okay, sure, I'll check out your page, your channel. No problem. I appreciate you for being here. But um that lady, oh my God, I love that lady so much. It was a time when I don't even know if my sister, her name is Cynthia, so I don't have to keep on saying her name. Um I don't know if she understood like how much she was actually doing for me, because I was showing up at her house hungry as hell, and like I was going through so much. Okay, no problem. I appreciate your time for coming in. Make sure you hit the like button for me, and if you can, please share out my stream, because I'm going to be covering a whole bunch of topics. I don't know how long I'm going to be on either, but my sister told me that I should make this video, I mean, go live and do my appreciation to my 3,000 subscribers. I want you guys to know that I love you so much from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate you guys. And like going back to my story, the day my mother told me I had to get out, she gave me a week or two. And she said, after that, I can't help you no more. So thank God, like the day before I was ready to like actually like leave, I figured that I was gonna go to the shelter. I could have went to my sister's house back in PA, because when this happened and my mother told me I had to get out, I called my sister crying. I don't know if she knew I was crying, but I was crying over the phone. And I told her, I was like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? I got these 3 kids, and my mother told me I had to leave. She was like, pack your shit and come to my house, because I don't know why they doing that to you. You got a baby and 2 more kids. And my kids was small. Like, I think my oldest daughter was like 7 going on 8. And my second daughter, she was about 4, and my son was like 6 months old. And I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So she just was telling me, pack your shit and come to my house. And I was like, you know what? I could do this on my own. Even though I knew I could pack my stuff and take my kids and go to her house, I'm kind of independent. And I got that from Marisol, my mother. I swear, I got that from her. Like, do what you got to do, get your shit together, and, you know, get on your own, get your own spot. That's what she always told me. Like, why you still there? Like, you grown with kids. Like, because Cynthia was like, right, filling out applications around that. Before then, she left way before I did, and she was filling out applications. And when she got accepted, she was so excited. She was like, yo, come with me. And it's like, I swear, like, me and her was like two peas in a pot. Like, you couldn't separate us. That was like not only my sister, but like my best friend, and I love her like so, so much. um but I really wanted to do it on my own because that's all my mom kept telling me. Every time I went to her house, she was like, yo, get your shit together, you got to get out of there, um and get out of there because you don't belong there. I've been through so much. When I was around 18, I was selling drugs to try to eat because I didn't want to go into details, but I was going through a lot. And that was the only way I was able to eat. I didn't have no kids around then. So that's when it started. Like, I was like trying to figure out like what I was going to do. I was 18, still in high school, trying to finish. And I got pregnant at 19 with my daughter, my oldest daughter. And everybody was like, yo, don't keep it, you in the police academy, you need to, like, do what you got to do. And my sister was like, yo, fuck that, just keep it, just keep her. And I'm gonna help you, I'm gonna do what I got to do to help you. But after that, fast forward it on until when my biological mother was like, you gotta go. The day before I was ready to leave, yo, I got a check in the mail, yo. I was praying for her. I got a check in the mail, and I won't be specific, but I got a check in the mail, and it was almost $3,000. So I told my kids to get dressed, and we went downtown. I was living in Red Hook. I'm from Red Hook. Just to let you guys know, I'm from Red Hook. I have no shame. I'm from Red Hook. Hey, I'm from Red Hook, Brooklyn. So I told my kids to get dressed, and we went downtown Brooklyn on Fulton, and we went shopping. I got a red suitcase. That's my favorite color. I got a big ass red suitcase, and I bought my kids mad clothes. And when I got home after finished shopping, I put all of that stuff in the suitcase, and I told my mother, I was like, I'll be out tomorrow, and I'm not coming back, so don't look for me. Hey, I'm basically talking about how I became homeless. If you're just coming in, and this is basically kind of emotional for me because I'm talking about something that it's my past, but I'm learning from it. And I want to encourage a whole, like, everybody that's watching. I don't really know how many people are watching, but as you come in, please hit the like button. Thank you. I appreciate you for sharing. Um, like, that day after I finished packing all of my stuff, and I told my mother that I was going to be out by tomorrow. Thank you. So, yeah, the next morning, there's a place called Path. I don't know how many people could be. Thank you. I appreciate you for sharing. Wow, a lot of people are coming in. You guys are gonna make me cry. But I want to try to get this to like 20, 30 people watching. I would appreciate that. Facebook has a YouTube group that you could probably go on and share. People could come in, connect with each other. I don't mind. I don't care. You can connect with each other. But make sure that if you're going to connect with each other, make sure you go and leave a genuine comment on their page, and thumbs them up and be loyal to them. That, like me, I'm loyal to everybody that's coming in. I watch all you guys videos. I'm not just that person that's going to try to like get subscribers and don't go back and show those people that I appreciate them for coming in. But anyway, I went to this place called Path. I got my kids up at like 5 in the morning, and I was like, if we gonna be homeless, we gonna do it right. Like we gonna go in there, we gonna sit in there all day. My son was like so small; he was like 6 months old, and I was a breastfeeding mother, so I didn't have to worry about no milk and none of that. And when you go to Path, they feed your kids. Um, yeah, I'm gonna talk about Path a little bit more, but when you go in there, they have like this place where you could go and get food or whatever. I had money, but you couldn't go out and come back in because if you miss your name, you screwed. They call your name. You got to go to all of these different places. I'm gonna get to that, but um, when I got there, the line was so long. And it was still dark. Well, it was getting to be bright because I left mad early in order to get there to try to be like the first one, first come, first serve. Because if you get there, the earlier you get to Path, the better. Because if you get there and it's like late, like after in the afternoon, then you're gonna do an overnight. Overnight, nobody wants a overnight. A overnight is when they put you in this cheesy hotel. It's dirty. It got rats, roaches, and before you lay your kids down, you're gonna have to clean. And nobody wants to do that. I kid you not. That first time I got there, it took all day, but I got placement. Placement is when they actually give you a nice apartment, and it could be like anywhere. They place you wherever they want, but they do be like, oh, where your kids go to school at. When you tell them where your kids go to school, um they basically place you in that area. So I think the first place I was placed in Bushwick. You know, they give you like a two week waiting period. You find out if you're eligible or if you're ineligible. Eligible means you can stay there. You ain't got to worry about packing your stuff back up and going back to Path. When you find out that you're ineligible, they knock on your door mad early in the morning and say, oh, you got to go back to Path. Okay, so if you find out you're ineligible, which I was ineligible the first time, I had to go back. I had to pack all of my stuff, leave it in the middle of the floor in the living room, and go to Path. And then when I went back there, they placed me somewhere else, which was stupid because I was already settled. My kids got settled in. They was comfortable. And when you get ineligible, it's like, it kind of pisses you off because you already settled in where you want to go and where you want to be. You had 2 weeks to get to know people, whether you meet new people, new friends, or whatever. But I recommend you don't connect with nobody in those areas. Hi, does that mean Puerto Rico? PR, do you mean Puerto Rico? Let me know if you're talking about Puerto Rico. I don't know because I'm trying to cover a few different topics that people asked me to cover tonight. In this appreciation stream for my 3,000 subscribers that I gained, but I don't know, maybe an hour or two I might be on because I want to actually almost like get my hours in as well because I am monetized, but I'm not getting paid yet, and that's my goal. Hi. I don't know if you're new. I don't recognize. Oh, I do recognize your name. Hi. Puerto Rico. Hola, ¿cómo está? ¿Cómo está? Yo hablo un poquito español. Okay, so thank you. Okay, so back to Path, just in case I have anybody watching my stream that ever became homeless or is about to become homeless. This place you can go to, you can go and you'll actually you could get a house, you get a program. Oh, I stayed at the first place for about 2 weeks and they deemed me ineligible. Yes, I remember Jen. That's my friend. Yo está bien. Yo está bien. You can talk to me in Spanish if that's what you prefer because yo hablo español, pero yo hablo un poquito. Yo no hablo mucho, pero I can read it. Yo comprende. But anyway, I stayed about 2 weeks in that first place. After packing up my stuff, I took um okay, thank you for coming in my stream. But yeah, I stayed in that place for about 2 weeks, and then I had to go back. Nice to see you too. I had to go back to Path, and I'm gonna get back to your comments in a minute because I want to focus on, yeah. And like after a while, I went back to Path back in 2010 about 6 times because they kept on finding me ineligible. And in order to be eligible, you have to lie or basically stretch the truth. Because all right, before I left my mother's house, my brother, so-called brother, which I don't claim Glacia. I don't I don't claim him as my brother because he did so much stuff to me. Um I was molested as a child by him, so I don't really claim him. But I spoke to my kids. I let them know, the dangers of being around, child molesters or whatever. So they know you're not even allowed to sit in the same room with him. He can't go to the store with you. He can't take you to the store. He can't buy you no candy. He can't feed you. None of that. Don't trust him. So my brother's name is Candido. That's who I call my brother. Candido, Cynthia, Marisol, Jillian. Yeah, I got 4 of them that claim me as well. Like, hey sis, how you doing? I love you. I love you too. And their mother is my mother. I'm adopted. I don't care what y'all say. I'm Puerto Rican. Just like them, they love me and I love them. That's my family. Like nobody can tell me nothing. Like I don't care what y'all say. That's my family. And I hope she comes in and she's watching. She probably is and not saying nothing because she's the one that told me to come live. But anyway, when I finally got to where I was going and I was stable, I was in a place in Baruch. It's East 2nd Street in Manhattan. So that's where I was transferred from another place because my brother had found out where I was or whatever, and I was getting threats. He had people looking for me like to kill me or whatever because I was finna get jumped or whatever. So I had to leave before it was time for me to leave my mother's house. People was knocking on my door. I heard you wanted to fight me. And I was like, I don't even go outside. And my sister could tell you that. I don't even go outside. Only time I go outside is if I'm going to the store or to my sister's house. I don't go outside. I wasn't the type of person to hang out. I ain't smoke no weed, no drinking. I did smoke weed. Okay. I did, but with my sister or whatever. But that was back then. I'm different now. I don't do that kind of stuff anymore. But yeah, he had people looking for me to try to they wanted to jump me because he was telling them all of this forced stuff. Oh, she want to fight you. She said this, and this for you about you. And I'm like, what? Knocking on my door, like what the hell? And people I knew that I was close to, thought I was close to, was knocking on the door saying, yo, I heard you wanted to fight me. And I'm like, what? I told them niggas, come inside. Okay, thank you. I told this lady to come inside and said, this lady was much older than me. Like, why would I want to fight you? Exactly. But I don't know, like, it was weird. So I had to hurry up and get out of there because people was getting, and if anybody knows about Red Hook, when you're not safe, you're not safe. People was getting throat slit, cut, stabbed, shot, beat up. You had to get out of there. Okay, but fast forward into this place they placed me before I got eligible. This place had roaches, rats. Mind you, I had no money at that moment because I was already like 6 shelters in. I had no money, no money at all. And my son and my daughters, they was hungry. So I was like, I was calling my ex-husband, my 2 daughters' father, and I was like, yo, I need money. My kids are hungry. Like, what am I supposed to do? I wasn't married then, but I was still able to call him and ask him, yo, I need help. So he was like, oh, not until in the morning. I couldn't leave anyway because shelters have curfews. So when you in a place that has curfew, you have to be inside at a certain time. You can't go outside. You go outside, they lock you out, and that's it. So the next morning when I woke up, he sent me money. My ex-husband, he sent me money. And I went and I got my kids something to eat. And my son, I couldn't I was breastfeeding, a breastfeeding mom. I breastfed all my kids. So at that point, I was like, I can't breastfeed him because I didn't eat. How am I supposed to give him like empty milk? And all of the people that know about breastfeeding, you have to eat in order to feed your kids. Like, you can't just feed them, that's like giving them air, like helium. And what you call it? The next morning when I was able to feed them, I fed them, and then it was time to go downstairs for an appointment or whatever. So they usually ask you, the caseworkers or the social workers, do you feel safe here? Nope, I don't feel safe here. I want to go. I was in East New York, and my brother was working not too far from there. I was like, he found me. I'm scared. So not only did he find me, I didn't feel safe in that place anyway because it was dirty. It had rats running around, roaches, and I'm clean. I could show you my house. I'm clean. I got 3 floor. It's an apartment, but it got 3 floors. So I'm clean and I don't like dirt or mess or anything. Then I had a baby. So if I got a baby, like, how am I supposed to clean here? They don't give you that place. They didn't give you no pots, no pans. So I couldn't cook for my kids. And that wasn't like, if I was thinking, I would have, when I went shopping before I left my mother's house, I would have bought these pots, pans, and utensils. Um, my kids like good stuff like pernil, they like arroz con dulces, they like chuletas, they like all of that stuff. And how am I supposed to cook if I ain't have no pots? They said, oh, we don't provide that here. You don't provide nothing. I don't get a broom, a mop, nothing. I can't clean. Like, what am I supposed to do? So when they asked me if I was safe, I was like, nope. I'm not safe. He found me. I wanna get out of here. I got a safety transfer within a few hours. And they sent me to this place in Manhattan, which I just spoke about. It's called Baruch in East Second. It's by Delancey Street, if you guys are familiar with Manhattan. That place was bomb. When I got there, it was a walk up, so I had to carry my son and his stroller and grab my kid's stuff and take it upstairs all the way to the 5th floor. Mira pa allá. The 5th floor, that's like crazy. And in that place, when I got upstairs, it had everything I needed. On the table, they had papeles, everything. They had tissue, paper towel, bleach, all types of cleaning stuff. The shower had curtain. The beds was made. All of my kids had their own bed. My son had a crib, but he didn't sleep in there because he wanted to be up under mommy. But it was crazy. I got there and I was like happy. And then like things started to go like south, and I had to walk to pantries in the cold. And around that time, it was the blizzard of 2010. I was in that shelter and the snow was like up to here. So I'm walking, they had cleared off some of the road. They gave me vouchers to go to Key Food, and I walked to Key Food and we got what we needed for a few days. And then I kept some of the vouchers because I didn't know if I was gonna get more. So I kept some of the vouchers in case I had to go back out another day. And then when I came back in, I saw this list that they had on the board of different pantries. I kid you not. It took me a few days to get my kids into a school because I wasn't familiar with the area. So once I got them in school, I started walking to pantries. I kid you not, I walked about a mile or two daily, going to different pantries, feeding my son. And like in these pantries, like these church places, I was feeding my son in there because sometimes I didn't have a meal. And what you call it? Um, and then they will have like this place where you go and you stand on the line and you go and you have a bag and they put food inside. They had like bread, um noodles, rice, a whole bunch of stuff that they give you. And I was happy. I stuffed my son's stroller up. I tied bags on the side of the handles. I had food for days. And then like a few days later, I went back to another pantry. Like I was trying to figure out where to go. So I met this girl. Her name was, well, you guys don't know who she is, so I can say her name. Her name is Nicole. And she lived like right across from me, but she was kind of a bird, so I didn't really like hang out with her. But just to like get to know like the area, I mean, I talked to her a little bit, but you wasn't allowed to go into each other's apartment because like somebody might say, oh, this person stole from me, um stuff like that. That's why they didn't allow you to go into different places. Okay, like getting into like rules or whatever in these shelters. This one, it had a lot of rules. Every morning you get up. I didn't have a job or nothing because I was still raising my baby. And I like to be home with my kids. So that's what I was doing at that moment. But every morning, I kid you not, you had to have the counters in the kitchen bleached and the floors bleached. Now I knew how to do that because I was always whatever. So I mean, when I saw her cleaning, I cleaned too. So I knew how to do it. The Puerto Rican way and the American way. Latina, Boricua, Morena. So I knew both ways. So it was fine. I was able to do it. But one time I got caught because I woke up late and I didn't get a chance to do the cleaning. They wrote me up. I don't think it was that serious. I think they just do that to scare you. So, um, I got up and I did it because, I didn't want no trouble. But this place was lit. It had a little table where you could sit and like with the chairs, and then it had like a little lounge couch. Like that's where I used to like after my kids leave to go to school, I used to like pull my son out in his stroller and I'll lay on that couch. I had a little TV and I would just lay down and watch TV. But I didn't have no cable because that stuff wasn't allowed over there. So, I had like a little antenna or whatever, and I was able to let my son and me or whatever watch TV while my two daughters was going to school or whatever. They went to school right across the street, which was convenient because that school was like a K through 12. So that school was nice too. It was big. It was nice. So like after that, they found me like 2 or 3 different options. It was like 3 to 6 months later. That was a domestic violence shelter that I was in. That one in Baruch. So the longest stay people usually stay in there is supposed to be 6 months. But then you have like those people that are lazy and they stay in there for like a year or 2 years. That's just lazy because if you're in a DV shelter, you're supposed to stay there for the time that you're supposed to stay there for, not over. So I was on my stuff. Like, I was like, did you find any apartments for me? Is there any relatives available? Because, I want my own. I was comfortable. I kid you not, I was comfortable there, but um I wanted to, have my own. And I couldn't tell nobody where I was at. So whenever I called anybody, I had to call them on private. And I didn't really get a chance to speak to my sister as much as I wanted to, but I spoke to her as much as I can. I didn't go out to Brooklyn to visit my mother, my biological mother, or anything, because I was still pissed. You kicked me out, and I had 3 kids and a baby, so I was mad. So, you know, she kept calling me and calling me. So finally, when I answered, "Oh, where you at?" You know, I can't tell you where I'm at. Plus, when I got deemed ineligible like the second or third time, I was sitting there. They called my mother, and I was like, I'm 28 years old. I'm grown. Like, why you calling her for? I need my own, and I'm not going back there. So, um, I encourage you guys, if you ever have to go to PATH, you must stretch the truth. Let me tell you what I did when I got ineligible the third time. This was way before Baruch. Okay, thank you. I appreciate you for continuing to be in here. But all right, so the third time when I got ineligible, um, I actually I will. As soon as I finish my stream, I'll go to you. But they sent me into this office called Diversion. It was right by the place where you go for domestic violence, and I had to write out a statement because I had said what happened with my brother and what he had did to me or whatever. And I told them that he threatened my son or whatever, so I had to I couldn't go back. Plus, I was getting threats. People was looking for me. So, love you too. Love you too. So, I don't know. I had to write out a statement. So, in a few days, when I went back to wherever I was, they they sent me a letter. And that letter, you need that letter because when you get that letter, you could take that and you can go like you could stay wherever you are. So this was in Baruch. They did find me ineligible again when I was in Baruch, but they sent me right back. So when I was sent back, I met this lady. She looked just like Patti LaBelle, I swear. She was so pretty, so nice. And I wonder if she's still there. I don't know. I don't go back to visit the places where I came from. I don't know. That's the thing with me. I always like to go forward instead of backwards. I don't know if that makes sense to many people that's watching, but the places that I came from, I don't know. For some reason, I feel like if I'm not there, then it's a reason why I'm not there. Like I want to keep what's behind me. All heartaches, pain, anything. I like to keep it behind me. Like I don't want to look back. I want to continue to go forward. Here I am in my 30s and I'm stable. I got a nice house. My kids are healthy. I am still going through a little like bit of struggle here and there. I have a light bill that's due. They want to turn off my lights. I don't have the money yet because I'm not really making money on YouTube yet. But I do this because I like it. So super chats are still available. Super chats are still available because I'm not getting paid yet. And in order to film, I have to like be making like money or whatever. So since I'm not, Glacia. So since I'm not really making the money that I'm like I thought that I was gonna be making, you know, it's still the beginning, and I want to encourage everybody to continue to keep going because this is a journey that everybody wants to continue to be in, and this journey is awesome. Like I'm reaching out to so many people, especially like with my sit down chats and talking to you guys about where I've been, how far I've come. It's so amazing to like be here at this point with 3,000 subscribers, almost ready to get a YouTube check. Like that's awesome. That's awesome. Like I came a long way and I'm excited for like what's to come. And I want you guys to like also like grow with me. So that's why I always, every time I do a stream, I tell you guys to connect with each other because that's important. Like connect with each other and we could grow together. Like, I reached 3,000. I want you to reach 3,000 too. Hell, I want to reach 30,000 before the end of the year. And that's my goals. Like, my goals is to like make it here. Like, this is what I want to do. Like, it's a full-time job for me. Like, I'm always thinking about filming and doing like different things. People asking me to do to film different videos, and I always sit here like brainstorming of what I'm gonna do next, like writing down on the papeles and like saying, okay, I'm gonna do this on this day. And my goals was to upload a video every night at midnight. But then I thought about it, like, I want to make sure that I'm reaching the people at the right time. And I'm trying to figure out like when is the right time. Like, you guys tell me when you want me to upload a video, because I have so many ideas. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm so excited. I reached 3,000 subscribers and I got 1,000, like 1,500 in a month. Within a month, between August and now, I got 1,500 subscribers. 1,500. Like, people are actually enjoying my content, and that's amazing. Like, what else can I do for y'all? Like, is there anything you guys haven't seen yet and you want to see? I basically told you my story. Gracias. I basically told you my story of how I became homeless. But previously I was doing professional modeling, and I only had 2 kids. That I didn't have my son at that moment, but I was pregnant with him. I didn't even know I was pregnant. Have you guys ever experienced that? Like, you pregnant like 3-4 months and don't even know you pregnant? Like, that's crazy. I was pregnant. I was showing a little bit and I was trying to figure out why I was so fat. But it's crazy. I was still filming, almost passed out on the set a few times. I'm gonna thank you. I'm gonna make sure that I continue to be myself, because there's many YouTubers like filming content, and it's like you try to figure out like who are they? I'm at home. I'm me. This is me. This is what you see is what you get. I mean, I do want to get like a tummy tuck in the future because I have like a whole lot of fat. And the next topic I want to talk about is I had surgery on my uterus in September 23rd, and it was to remove pileups. I had a lot of pileups in my uterus, and I didn't even know. I was just experiencing um I was experiencing a lot of pain during my menstruals, you know, that time of the month for the ladies. And I didn't understand why. Like, I would be in so much pain, but I didn't know that I had pileups. But when I had the surgery, they took everything out, and I do want another baby, so I'm trying. I'm trying. But normally before this thing happened and I was having these irregular menstruals, I um I went I went through so much pain and like problems. I had so many sonograms, ultrasounds, trying to figure out what the problem is. I have an ovarian cyst. It's like this big. And I think for some reason when I had my first menstrual after the surgery, I think it came out. Cause, not to be so specific, but I was in the bathroom one day and I was just sitting there. I don't know how many people like understand what I'm saying before I say it, but it was like 3 clots that came out of me. And one was normal. I was like, oh, okay. And then the next one was huge. It was like this big. I mean, I wasn't going to surf in the toilet. That's nasty. But like three of them, and then I got in the shower and there was another one that came out in the shower. I called my doctor and I was trying to figure out like, what is this? Like, my doctor is so busy, I barely got a chance to talk to her, but that was gross. Not to be specific, but I like to keep it real with y'all. Like, if y'all got questions, I got answers. I'm always gonna be real and answer y'all honestly. If I know the answer, I'm gonna give it to y'all. I promise. But this is actually supposed to be an appreciation for my 3,000 subscribers. And each and every one of you guys, I appreciate you guys so, so much. Like, you just don't know. And whoever didn't thumbs up the live, please do so. I would appreciate that. I want to make sure. You're not old. 21 is not old. You're not old. I'm trying to go back so I can. Jen Latosa is not here. This is the first time that I'm live and she's not here, but it's fine. I'll probably see her tomorrow or whatever. But Jen Latosa is my friend, and I encourage you to connect with her. She has a live stream also, and I can't really see, but thank you. I think you said congratulations for my 3,000 subscribers. But she also does live streams, and you can go into her stream and you can gain subscribers for your channel. But when you do that, make sure that you're going and you leaving comments or whatever, because YouTube will snatch them away. Um, okay, Google Pen. When you get finally like monetized, Google sends you a Google Pen, and it's through AdSense, and you have to go on AdSense and put in your Google Pen. I'm gonna show you what the Google thing looks like. This is what you get when you become monetized. They send you this in the mail, and you have to go on AdSense and you have to input your PIN. My PIN is behind my finger, but I'm not gonna put it. But they send you this, and it has instructions on how to do everything. And you see, they send it to you from Google. So people, you must understand, when you get that first check, it comes from Google, not YouTube. YouTube does not pay anybody. And when you start you putting in your ads or whatever in your videos, like you see in mine, I always put like ads or whatever. Google gets their portion first. Like, they take it like right away. That's why they put the ads in or whatever. So when you do get monetized, make sure that you put as many as possible, but some of them put skippable so that people won't get tired of like watching commercials, because we could do that on the TV. That's what people think. If I want to watch commercials, I could just turn on the TV and watch commercials. But then, like, what sense does that make? It could have been Tree Trimmer or Jen Latosa. I'm in everybody's stream. Everybody. Because if you want support, you got to give support. So make sure that you try to go in as many streams as possible that's doing connect or grow streams, because people actually grow in there. On when you go on Facebook and they have these sub for sub things, like, don't do those. Yeah, Tree Trimmer, he's I was in his stream tonight. or Muscle Man. I don't know the numbers, but Muscle Man too. He does grow streams too. If you want to go to a place that you want to gain more subscribers or whatever, there's a few. Jen Latosa, Tree Trimmer, Island Life Fishing. They have a whole bunch of grow streams. Those I prefer. Yes, those I prefer people go in because those people are not loyal, and they always get you to sub to them, and then they leave right afterwards, and you will never know. Because if you're a busy YouTuber like me, like always trying to film or in live streams or doing something YouTube-y, you don't have time to check. All of them, you can't really trust those sub for sub groups. No, yo para aquí, New York. But yeah, you can't trust those groups. Those sub for sub groups, you can't trust them because those people don't stay and they're not loyal. Like if I'm gonna go into a grow stream, I'm gonna make sure that, I do the work and I do it right, because you can't just go in there and expect to um get subscribers and they all stay. They don't stay, they leave right after they get you to sub to them. They gone. And then those channels that's in there, most of them, they speak different languages that you have no idea. You don't understand what they saying, Muslim language and all of that. Like I don't understand that stuff, but I'll go in and watch your video just to show the support. I'll go and watch your video, but I don't know what you're saying. But yeah, I pretty much covered a lot. I spoke about how I became homeless, and I have my story on YouTube now. It's titled "My Story, Who is Adele?" I believe it says. Um, Growing up, I was bullied a lot. I don't know why, but I was bullied a lot. So that's where my sister came in, and she was also, oh, you from San Juan? Okay. So, Joviva, Staten Island. So, yeah, I was bullied a lot when I was younger, but I always had my sister Cynthia to be like, oh, this person is bothering me or whatever. So she was like, oh, you better beat their ass because you're not gonna be coming. Oh, you know what? I did a video the other day, and I was talking about how to start a YouTube channel and what you might need. I have this camera here that is pretty good, and this was my first camera. I used this camera to record most of my first few videos. So this camera is bomb. You can take pictures with it or you can film. It's a Sony, and it's pretty cool. It comes with a whole bunch of different stuff. It came with this tripod. Yeah, it came with this tripod, extra batteries. Um, it comes with a zoom button where you could zoom in and out. This was my first camera. I got this last year, and it's still good. It still holds the charge and everything. So it's bomb. So if you need a camera, this is on Amazon. I don't know if the price went up or down, but this is the camera that I was using when I first started YouTube. I have an iPhone XR now, so that's what I've been using. But if you want really, really good like stuff in your video, like um stuff that like pops out and like bomb intros or whatever, use a camera and a desktop, because let me show you. That's what I was using to upload my videos. And I use Filmora. Filmora is good. It's good and it's free. You can only way you will pay for it if you want to remove the watermark. But when I first started filming, I didn't care about the watermark. So you pay like maybe, it depends on what you want. If you want to go for a year, I think you can pay like $50 or something like that. It's 50 something. They have different packages on the Filmora, but I recommend Filmora and that camera that I just showed you. You want to see it again? This camera is nice. You can hook it up to your computer or your laptop. You can't hook it up to your phone, but you can hook it up to your laptop or your TV. It has HDMI right here in this area. It has HDMI, and you can do, you open this right here and you put the HDMI cord here, but it's like the micro one. And then you just, you know, make sure you buy the SD card, and try to keep your stuff clean. Like every time you know, when it says that it's full, make sure that you what do you call, let me look to see, because there's a way that you can clean the thing. You go into edit, and there's a way you can empty everything. Format. You format it, and when you format the camera, it erases everything. But make sure before you erase everything that you have what you want to keep on your computer or your laptop, because once you format it, that's it, it's gone. But I don't know, you can take this. Yeah, I'm better at it now than I was before, because when I first started YouTube, I kid you not, I didn't know what I was doing. I just sat in front. But the best thing to do when you start a YouTube is just, you sit in front of a camera and you just talk, or you do whatever. If you want to do hair, all you got to do is, this mannequin is ugly. Before I show you, I'm going to let y'all know. You get like a little mannequin head, some needle thread. You get some needle and thread or whatever, or whatever you want to do. If you want to do DIYs, you get the stuff and you just create whatever you want to make on, like, while you filming, and then you post it. I use iMovie right now for the moment because it's easier. With editing software, it's a piece of work if you don't know what you're doing. But if you guys want me to show you what Filmora is and what it can do, I can power up my computer and I can show you guys how all of this stuff works, because I mean, I want you guys to learn too. So I don't mind, you know, sharing what I learned or what I know with you guys, because all of this is a learning process. And many YouTubers, they won't show you. Do a live stream. It helps you with your hours. Or you can just turn the camera on and just have somebody follow you around your house or at work. But you get hours when you filming. So share the stream out before I turn my computer on. Well, it is coming on, but see, my computer is powering on. So I'm gonna show you like what I do and how I do it. Connect with everybody while you're in here. Please hit the like button on your way in. See, my thing is old. I had this since 2016, but it was like my starter because I didn't have um a computer or a laptop then. But after, let me tell you guys something else. I also went through Hurricane Sandy. I'm gonna talk to you about that before this actually powers on. I went through Hurricane Sandy. Um, when I was right after Baruch. They found me a place, and it was a little house here on Staten Island. It was through this place where I was staying in. It was a place in Staten Island that I still live in Staten Island. I came back. So um Hurricane Sandy was coming, and this little bungalow that I had, and you were supposed to evacuate. So I wasn't gonna leave. I wanted to stay in my house because I wanted, that was my house, my home. I didn't want to leave it. So I had to eventually grab my kids and I had to leave. You see me looking over, I'm looking at my computer. I had to leave and um what you call it? I grabbed what I could and I left. I took a cab. I called the cab and I drove, and they took us to Brooklyn. So I went to my biological mother's house first. And then I didn't want to be there because she had so many people coming to her house because she lived on the 5th floor. And I didn't want to be there. So I went to my son godmother's house, which I also call my sister. And the lights went off. And then all of a sudden you look out the window and water is just rising. I don't know if any of you guys know about Hurricane Sandy, but it happened back in 2012. And I know for a fact that it was my son's birthday. I think he was turning 3. And I had made him a cake in my mother's house and everything. And right after that, you started seeing water and fish floating outside, like in the street. Like, it was crazy. After Sandy, like you saw it on the news, all of this water coming from everywhere. And because I live by the beach, I got it so bad. Everything in my house was ruined. I had nothing. And if you guys want me to go back and show you that area, I can. Or I could just do a video and I can show you Hurricane Maria was bad too. I could show you, I could make a video and I could show you pictures of the stuff that was inside the house that was like tarnished, like everything. All of my kids' baby clothes, all of their, the album that you get when you have a baby shower, that you put all of the baby's pictures in, the belly navel cord, different things, baby pictures from when they're in the hospital. I lost all of that. I have nothing from when my kids was first born, all of the little clothes that they wore when they was, really small. I don't have none of that stuff. I lost it. So I did suffer plenty of losses. I suffered plenty of losses. So YouTube is my home now, my job, my full-time everything. So when I start getting paid, I will bring you guys better content. But for now, I'm doing reviews for different companies. And I mean, I'm trying to like get to that point where they're paying me and sending me free stuff, but still like paying me. But I didn't get to that point yet. Like they'll send me an email and they'll ask me, oh, would you review this for me? And it's on Amazon. Then they'll send, I can't talk about this too long because I'm gonna get copyrighted, but they'll send you money through PayPal to pay for whatever the item costs on on um on Amazon, and then you pay through that. Like you use that money to pay for it. But They usually give you just enough, and that sucks. It sucks to get like just enough because they're not paying you, and that sucks. But because I want to show you what I do. I'm going to show you Filmora and like how to work it and how I've edited previous videos. So my computer is actually starting up. So since it's old a few years, so it's going to take a minute. So you guys, if you have any questions, you can ask me now. Yeah, Hurricane Sandy was horrible. Like, it took everything from me. Like, I had, like, literally, like, nothing left. If you haven't already, please share out my stream. I want to make sure I show you guys whatever I can. Does anybody else in here besides me wear wigs? I've been using bold holds. This is Filmora. And my desk is a little messy, so what you basically do is you find a video that you already recorded. My computer is still it's still loading. My computer is so old. I'm sorry. So this is basically what it is. Like, what you do is you find a video that you had previously recorded, and you can, I'm going to see if I can do a new one from scratch so that I can show you guys how it works. Go new. Edit, export, help, register. Most important thing to do is to save your project when you finish, which is up there. This is a picture of me in my past modeling. I had just had my son. He was in the park with his godmother on the other side while I was recording. But this is a project that I already did. Since it's already up here, let me see if I can show it to you. And since it's so old, I might need more time to let it load. Bye. Thank you for stopping in. So this is a video that I previously recorded, and this is just showing you what Filmora can do, basically. Or you can go and, let me see. Comment if you're still here. Yeah, I look different. This is just me doing my eyebrows. Hi, Kendra. I need to also work on getting a new desktop because this one is old. Let me see this one. Um, um, I'm looking for something else. These are all of the videos that I had when I was recording. Stuff that I already did. And I'm gonna skip some of this. I was doing my eyebrows. And my intro that you guys, you're welcome. The intro that I have, my daughter created that for me. Eyebrows all done. I want to... I'm just saving this project so that I can move on to something else. My computer is so old. But anyway, guys. You guys have any questions while I'm sitting here? Any questions? Kendra, thank you for coming. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is create a new project. Really? You was just quiet and wasn't saying nothing? Why aren't you a moderator? Welcome to the Mod Squad. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I want to here, since I want to go to like the last thing I ever recorded. All right, so this is something that I did with my kids recently. So I'm gonna show you how I. Oh, all right. See, I don't have my glasses on, so that's probably why I didn't see what you said. But I'm up on the up on my phone now, so I could see. Oh yeah, I went through path. Path is no joke. You gotta really like lie in order to like be able to stay, because if you don't, like, all right, I'm gonna show you this. This is something that I recorded when I was in some place like a carnival type inside place. All right, so what you do when you get here and you find something, you add a text. You can add a text so that it'll pop up. See if I remember how to do this, because it's been a minute. See that? All right, so what you want to do is, I'm trying to go to the, here's all of the transitions that you see over here. And what you do here is, those are my daughters. Okay, so edit. You go to edit and then see here where you can you see? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, what you do is you want to delete this. And you want to delete all of it because you want to put your own stuff in here. So you put anything random. Then you go and, since you type too much, see? And then what you want to do is you want to move it over, because when people see your video, you want this to just pop. And then you go over here and it says save as preset. And then you can also pick over here what you want the lettuce to look like. Then you just cover all of the words. You cover all of the words and you can make it bigger. You can make it smaller. See? You can pick the style. You can slant it sideways. And then you can go advanced, and then you can look here, and then you can figure out where you want to put it. Yeah, this is Wondershare Filmora. You can figure out placement. See, here on the top is hello, and then secondly, my name, and then thirdly is Adele. So this is where I wanted it to last. And then you just save it. And you click OK. And then you got to figure out how you want it to come into the video. So you can have it either fade in, you can have it dissolve in, you can have it coming down in the thing. I don't know which one you guys want to see, so I'm gonna just pick that. So then you want to go back and you hit the play button and you see what you did. See, it's going to be like that at first, and then your name is going to pop in, or whatever you typed in. See how it dissolves? That's fire. And then you want to go to media, because this, for me, it will be like an intro or something. That's me. I looked toe up that day. But I want to see what else I could put. So
Don't stop the ride.
And then I have stuff of me making wigs where you can probably watch that. When you put the arrow near it, you can see how long the video length is. So you can see like your placement or where you want to put it. This is just a test run. They have different stuff here, but it's like more advanced. You can pick filters, which is here. I just showed you the different transitions, whether you want the wording to come in this way, go outward, come down, or I don't know why that popped up. I want to go back. Stupid. My computer is stupid. Give me a minute. I'm going back into Filmora. Okay, guys, I was just basically trying to show you how I started out and the videos that, I previously made. I'm happy to share like whatever I know with you guys because my computer is so stupid. But I basically was able to show you guys what I do and what Filmora is. So, and the fact that it's free, you can use it, and I can go live again and give you more details. But in order to do that, I would have to actually like use my camera and film something. But the thing about this, since my computer is so old, it'll take like a day or two to upload, and it's so annoying, like the wait. And the reason why I started using my phone is because I don't like my subscribers or anybody that follow me to wait to to see my videos that they request. So I rather use my phone because it's faster. And if you want to get like a camera that's not so expensive, a lot of YouTubers use like Canons and like those expensive cameras. Ain't nobody got time for that because we don't have all of that money, and this is something cheap. All right, so it's not cheap, but no problem. I appreciate you guys for staying this long watching, because it's not only helping you guys with tips, it's helping me with watch time. So I appreciate you guys for just, coming in and showing me love. And, you could be sleeping, but instead, like, you're watching me. Like, I appreciate that. You guys taking out time to watch me. And Kendra, I'm so sorry. I told you that I was gonna do a reaction video to one of yours. I've been so busy, so you have to forgive me. I've been trying to, you see, I uploaded like 3 videos today, and then I'm live now. So, and I still have to film like different things. I'm waiting for more packages. It's okay. Whatever questions you have, I have answers. I'll answer all of your questions. It's no problem. Cut me off whenever you want. It's not a problem. But yeah, I do have like a lot of stuff to film for you guys. I know I have a diverse of people that watch my channel. I have males, females, whatever, like all types of people that watch my channel. So I try to upload different types of things, and I'm gonna be doing more vlogs soon. It's a bit hard for me because I don't have a car anymore. So to like do vlogs, I have to take the bus or the train. Well, the bus because there's no train here. And it's so annoying because I don't like traveling on the bus or the train. I hate it with a passion. And I really don't like to travel on the train, but or the bus, because it's so like not normal for me. Hey, timer 66. How are you? Please hit the like button and share the stream, please. I've been talking about a lot of stuff tonight. I covered a lot on how I became homeless, the steps that I took to be here at this moment right now. And thank you. And yeah, basically how did I get here? And to have 3,000 subscribers so fast. Yeah, New York. Nueva York muy ocupada. Está bien, pero no sea. Tengo familia en español, Harlem. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't like Harlem because it's so much stuff that happens there. But New York is good. I don't like Harlem. I lived in, you know what? Since you mentioned Harlem, when right after Hurricane Sandy, they put us in Harlem in this big, like, they call it mansion hotel. It was so nice. The year of 2012, after Sandy hit, I went into this hotel that was so dirty, another dirty hotel. They had poop on the walls in the bathroom. and the toilets was dirty. Like every time my kids said they had to go to the bathroom in that place, I kid you not, I had bleach, Fabuloso, and I used to go in the bathroom and I used to just scrub the toilets, the showers, everything before we took a shower. It was so nasty. And I stayed in that place for like 4 days until somebody told me, this Spanish lady came. She didn't speak no English. And she came and told me that FEMA would come and take me. And I was like, what's that? So she gave me information to go and call. And somebody called me from this place, and it was a guy named Jeremy, and he said that he had a hotel and FEMA had contacted them and told them, who to take or whatever. So I was supposed to call FEMA first. I don't like FEMA. I don't recommend FEMA to nobody. I'm just letting you know. FEMA will take your money back. Whatever they give you, they'll take it back. That's just to, let you guys know. Don't take FEMA. FEMA is no bueno. But no, they don't help. You know what happened in 2012 when Sandy hit? I went into the shelter first, and then FEMA take me and they took me to the hotel. They sent a cab or something for me and my kids, and we went to this hotel. The hotel was huge. And I was like, how are you guys getting paid? Because I don't have no money to pay for, to stay here. They showed me the room. It was a nice studio. And the studio had a big bed for me. It had another bed, like a little futon or something for my daughters to share. So I just put my son in the bed. My son was in pull-ups at that moment, so he was pissing in my bed every night. I was so mad because the hotel ladies, they were old and they had to keep on coming up every morning changing the sheets because he kept peeing in the bed. But um that place was so nice. It was like a bed and breakfast. They fed you breakfast in the morning, and then like at nighttime, we used to always sneak downstairs and grab food. But we had a refrigerator in our room. It's like a small apartment. We had a refrigerator, a little table, and then a stove, and then you had a bathroom with the slide door, the glass that you can shower or take a bath or whatever. It had a nice sink, the mirror. It was so nice. You could cook in there, everything. And when I went in there, it had food already in the fridge. It was awesome. All you had to do was go outside, walk, and bring back groceries and put it in the fridge. And since it was a hotel, they came and they gave you, they cleaned for you or whatever. But I was there for like 6 months, about 6 months. So I was, no, not even 4 months. So I started getting up every morning and cleaning by myself. So when the hotel people came in, they didn't have to do any cleaning or whatever. So I told you guys, after Hurricane Sandy happened, on that day I was in a cab going to Brooklyn. And then after I found out that I lost everything, all of my stuff or whatever, because my landlord that that owned my house that I was staying in, I got on a wig. I'm sorry, y'all already know me. I got on a wig and it's not glued on. Yeah, the government. I receive food stamps. I'm just like everybody else. I'm no different. YouTubers, they try to act like they all high and mighty. I get food stamps, cash assistance. Like I have like whatever you guys have. It's no different. I'm just like you. Just like you. I'm humble. I'm just like you. So I'm waiting for these coins to start coming in just like everybody else. Because I'm a full-time YouTuber. Full-time. I do nothing else but YouTube. Besides being a mom and a wife, I'm a YouTuber. That's it. Everything I do is for y'all, for YouTube. Besides my kids, I do it for y'all. I film for you guys. Whatever you ask me to film, I film it. But this hotel was so nice. And I really wanted to be in Staten Island because that's just where I wanted to be. Even after the tragedy that I went through, I lost so many people, neighbors. I was on the news. I was on Channel 7 News 3 times. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I was on the news. Like, they filmed me walking into the house after all of the water was gone. I met Lauren Glassberg from Channel 7 News. Most people might know it as ABC, the channel, but I met Lauren Glassberg, and she filmed me in my hotel and everything. Yo, that Christmas, my kids got so many gifts. People were seeing us on the news and channel trying to figure out where we were so that they can bring us stuff. Yo, my kids had so much stuff. Like, we was in a hotel and it had like a fireplace. I kid you not, the fireplace had so many gifts. The floors filled with gifts. The in the hallway, they were still bringing up gifts, coming taking pictures with us. I thought they was trying to just use us for fame or whatever, because we was like kind of famous at that. They was bringing us money, gifts, everything. Yo, my kids, I don't think they ever been so happy. My kids got so much stuff that year. Like, it was so crazy. Like, happy, I was beyond happy. And people was like seeing me on the news, calling my biological mother like, yo, I seen Adele on TV. Yo, she getting mad money and her kids is happy. They got gifts. My daughter's birthday that year, um, her birthday was on the Channel 7 News. Lauren Glassberg, she brung her cupcakes and they filmed singing happy birthday to her, the whole film crew. It was awesome. Like, doing that, like going through Hurricane Sandy, I gained a lot. A lot. I gained a lot. Even though I moved so much between leaving my mother's house and becoming homeless all over again because of Hurricane Sandy, like all of that stuff that we got to like move into that house by the beach here on Staten Island, and then Hurricane Sandy hit, we lost everything. But then when we got into that hotel, it's like we got more. My kids got coats, toys, shoes, boots, pajamas. My son got toys. He got anything they wrote on the list that they wanted, they got. And then right after that, it was time for us to start looking for an apartment. We ended up in Brooklyn. Mira pa allá. We ended up in Brooklyn, in Flatbush area. I hated that area because it was loud. Brooklyn. I hate Brooklyn. Mira pa allá. Yo no quiero. No quiero Brooklyn. I kept on saying that, like, you have anything else? Please show me something else. Yo no quiero Brooklyn. Ay, Dios mío, it's no Brooklyn. But we found a place that was nice, and this lady that I know I'm jumping, but when we was after Sandy hit, and we was in shock because I lived in Queens too. We was in shock, so we was just walking because around that time when Hurricane Sandy hit, they had people posted at clothes, coats, boots, scarves, hats. So we was picking up stuff, and it was free. Like, you just take what you want. It had Pampers, um, undergarments for my kids, pajamas, everything, leg warmers, that warmer that you put in your feet, in your shoes. They had the gloves, the warmers that you put in the gloves to stay warm because it was cold. And while we was walking, we saw this lady. Her name was Jen, a white lady. She was nice. And she was like, oh, you need a ride? I'll take it to where you gotta go. And I was like, my house is up there. I don't got nothing in there. Like, I lost all of my stuff. So she said, okay, you gonna have some place to sleep tonight with your kids. And I was like, I'm not sure about this lady just getting into her car. That's a little weird. You know, she just snatching up homeless people. Like, what is wrong with her? Mira pa allá. Ay, Dios mío, no. But yeah, it must be careful because you don't know these people. And it's like, but I didn't know that she was just trying to help. So after a while, she was just driving, like, come on, get in. It's cold. You have kids. So I was like, we're gonna just get in because it's cold. My kids are hungry. She fed my kids. I was like, I don't want nothing to eat. Just feed my kids. I don't care. Feed my kids, and you know, everything is fine. Like, you don't have to give me nothing. Just feed my kids. She had coats in her trunk, hats and all of that, sweaters. I'm like, yo, where did you get all of this stuff? And she just was like, oh, it's for the kids. Whenever they, you know, if they cold or whatever, I got a sweater for you. You need clothes, what you need. She just popped open her trunk like a drug dealer. So I was like, this lady is crazy. Like, where'd she get all of this stuff? Yeah, mira pa allá. But I'm grateful. She took me to this shelter, that shelter that I told you that I was in, that dirty shelter. She took me there because that was the only place on Staten Island, and I didn't want her to pay for no hotel for us. She offered to drive me to Philadelphia where her and her family stayed, and I was like, my kids got to go to school. I ain't trying to get no ACS case because mira pa allá, I don't want to go to jail, or you know, like somebody's looking for, you know, trying to figure out where my kids are. They're not in school. I mean, you could get in trouble in New York. Yeah, it is, but it's true. It's true. You could look me up on the news. I was on the news. You could look me up. I can post it. You know what? I can go on the internet and pull up my story and show you. My kids won't like it because they're gonna be like, "Oh, you put me on the thing and you look crazy." But I mean, if you wanted to see it, I would have pulled it up and showed it to you. But I'm gonna do a video soon showing you that, because it was that lady that picked me up with the car that was driving. She was a journalist and she didn't tell me. And she wrote up my story. And I seen my kids, all three of them, platted on the front page of something on this website that she had. And I was like, oh my God, my kids are on the thing. Like, and then, you know, there was haters that was commenting, you know, those people from my past, like, oh, she's just trying to get clout. I was like, it's not even about clout. Like, look what I just went through, and you trying to, like, what are you doing? But anyway, stuff like that can happen to anybody. Like, I was always wondering, like, why did this have to happen to me? But look where God's brought me from. Even though yeah, that word clout is bad, but I mean, a lot of people say it and people are still doing stuff like that. So that word still exists. But anyway, that lady took me to the shelter because that's where I wanted to go. But she was gonna take me and put me in one of her bedrooms because she had a big house in Philadelphia, and I told her no because I was scared. But she said until I found somewhere to go, she'll take me. And I was like, is this lady trying to make money off of us? Like, I was thinking the worst. Like, is she trying to make money off of us? You know, we kind of, you know, out there, like, about to be, like, on the news and everything. And, like, is she trying to, like, use us or something? Like, I was just thinking stuff. Like, I didn't really know what I was thinking, but I was thinking everything. Like, is this lady really trying to, like, what is she doing? But she was so nice. She fed my kids. She had snacks in her trunk. My kids had they was well fed when we went to that hotel that night. She just walked us in, and she took us, and you know, we stayed in the hotel. I mean, that dirty shelter. But it was only for a few days because I was in there praying. I was praying like, Lord, please get me out of here. I don't want to be in this dirty place. This place was so dirty. Like, I never seen nothing like it. Like, I seen dirty places, but come on. You have poop on the walls in the bathroom. But, I'm about to go through like something else that's coming up. Hopefully I don't have to, but I can't pay my light bill, so my lights is finna go out any day. They gave me to the 24th to pay my light bill, and I've been going to public assistance to, when you go to public assistance, they pay your back bills. So I've been going, and it's like they say that they paying it, but they haven't been. So my bill is up to 2,000 now, and I'm trying to figure out how did that happen. But if I don't come up with $375 by the 24th to pay like that down payment to get the payment plan in place, they're gonna turn off my lights, and I can't pay that. I don't have it. I'm being real. I don't have it. And I let them know, and they was like, okay, we're going to give you as much time as we can, but I can't pay that. So I just wish that, I didn't have to go through lights out again with my kids, but that's just, it is what it is. We've been through worse, and one more struggle, like, we got this far, and we've been in the dark before plenty of times. So only thing I'm worried about is my food in the refrigerator spoiling. That's it. And I did a live a few days ago. hmm I did a live a few days ago, and I was showing the bill to the subscribers, and they was giving me super chat. I was excited, but I don't know, like, I still didn't make enough with those super chats. So what I'm gonna have to do now is I'm cold kind of this in numerous times to try to get extension, and this is the last extension after the 24th. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to record after that because it's gonna be dark, and if I can't charge my phone, then I can't record. So I could probably sit outside and use my regular camera and record using that, but for how long can I do that? And I don't know how long I'm going to be in the dark. Public assistance is grimy. They, I've been applying for fair hearings like every month because they keep on saying you're no longer going to get assistance because you missed an appointment. What appointment? I haven't gotten any appointment. Like, what appointment am I missing? Please tell me what appointment I'm missing. Am I missing it on purpose? Like, how can I go to an appointment anyway? Y'all keep on cutting me off. Like, what am I supposed to do? Supposed to just, like, walk all the way down to the ferry? I can't walk to the ferry. I live far. And it's only one center, one public assistance office in Staten Island. Out of the whole island, one center office. And you got to take a bus. And that bus ride is almost an hour. I take the bus on the corner, and the ride is almost an hour. So that's a lot. And I don't have a car. I'm not used to taking public transportation. I just had to get rid of my car because it just stopped working. So, and all of that money I put into it, all of that work, it's like it just conked out, and it was old anyway, but I loved my car. So I'm working on getting a new one. I don't know if I got to use my taxes, but with my taxes, like, it seems like every year I'm getting audited, like, so many problems, one on top of the other. Like, I swear, if it's not one thing, it's another. But I already let my subscribers know that after the 24th, if I can't pay my light bill, then I won't be filming. But I will only be gone for like maybe 2 days. But I'm trying to work on that because I want to keep giving my subscribers content, and I can't do it if I'm in the dark. I hope so too, because this is like being a parent and wanting to make sure that your kids have everything they need. it's like that's all you want is what's best for your kids. Like that's all that matters is what's best for your kids. You don't even think about a good mother won't even think about themselves. It's whatever, is best for their kids. If their kids got, then everything is fine. Like nothing else matters. And that's how I've always been. See, the thing with me is I can't work a regular job because I had a double knee surgery last year, and they was trying to fix the arthritis that was found in my knees, and it's still there. So I can't stand or sit too long. That's why you see me always like rolling around or standing or sitting, because I can't do one for too long. So my knees is messed up. I just fixed my uterus, so that's a plus. My uterus was messed up, but I fixed that. But my knees messed up for life. Like, and nothing I could do about that. But I did have a double knee surgery last year. One in October. One knee got done in October, and the other one in November. So I got both of my knees cut into. I had surgery on both of them. So when the weather acts up, my knees act up. So I'm usually in pain. And then the surgery on my left knee, this lady came in um right before I was going into my surgery, and she put something in my knee. She put something in my IV first so that I wouldn't be able to do nothing, because she asked me if I wanted to have something in my knee that will make me not feel pain for like 2 weeks. And I said no. And then she said, okay, we're going to talk to the doctor. And then she came back in and said, okay, I'm going to give you something to relax before you go into surgery. And then next thing you know, she's digging in my knee. And I couldn't do anything because they sedate you before they do anything. And I'm like, and now that knee is giving me the most problems, like going up and down stairs. Like I'm not used to going through so much like of this pain, because I'm used to working for like places like UPS and the parks, like labor, like outside work, doing stuff like that. So when I had my car accident back in 2013, um that accident is what messed up my knees, I believe. And since then, I haven't been able to work. And I was, you know how you work for UPS and it's a seasonal job where you drive around with the person that delivers the packages. So I was doing the deliveries for that. I did that for about um, a few months, like 4 months. And the supervisor that was driving, he was a supervisor. He was telling me that he was gonna put me on permanent because um they randomly keep seasonal workers. So he told me go and get your driver's license, and then we'll hire you. I got my driver's license fast. I um I started doing drivers like outside to like train me to like to do the road test. I took my permit written test, passed it first time. And then like a month later, I was almost finished doing the training, and I was still working with the parks. This was before UPS. And yeah, I no, like when I first started working for UPS, I was scheduled to go and take my road test. So I went and I took my road test because they said that I was ready. And the parks was training me to drive too, so I was ready. I took my road test and I passed it first time. So when I went back and told my supervisor for UPS, when I told him that I passed my road test, he said, "Okay, so since you're coming all the way from Brooklyn, we're gonna rent you a car, and you're gonna be able to come back and forth to work with no problem, and you don't gotta pay for gas, you don't gotta pay for nothing." So that was awesome. And then like on my way home from I came from I drove, I went to church on a Sunday, and when I got home, My kids wanted something to eat, and I was arguing with somebody. And I drove off, and I was driving, and then all of a sudden, this man in this black Range Rover, he hit me. And this dude knocked me from Avenue I into Avenue L, knocked me unconscious. My son was strapped in his chair or whatever. Yo, when he knocked me unconscious, when I came back to, my daughter was calling my name. I looked over, I heard my son crying. He wasn't in his chair. He was on the floor in the car. Like, how did my son get on the floor? Like, you hit me that hard and then you try to lie to the cops and say it was my fault. How many people was lined up saying the Range Rover knocked the hell out of her and put her on the, and knocked her to the other end of the street? Like, I got witnesses. Like, you was speeding, you smell like you've been drinking. This is your fault. You're going down, mister. And then he was like, well, this ain't my car. And I'm like, well, this is your lawsuit. This is your lawsuit because you the socks you wearing. And he was like, well, I don't know what to tell you because this ain't my car. And I'm like, well, it's your lawsuit. And whoever car that belongs to is getting sued too because my kids got to go to the hospital now. Those witnesses that was standing by, they called the ambulance for me and they spoke to the cops and the ambulance. So, and they told the cops that that guy hit me and he was in the wrong. Like, I was at a stoplight and then the light turned green, so I was turning. It was no car in sight. This, and then, like, this is illegal to talk about this, but that case is over. So it was 4 lanes. This one was going this way. My lane was going. I was on this side because it on my side it was the going lane, but it was like two lanes on this side. So going this way, and it was cars that was already gone. So at this side, it was, I know it's hard to understand, but it was a car on that side. But he said, "Go ahead." So this car come out of nowhere and swerves around the. So I'm in my process of turning because the guy already told me to go. This dude came after he swerved around the thing and just banged into me. I was all the way over there to the other side of the street. Like, how did I get over here? I wasn't even trying to go over to that side. I was supposed to be in this side because I was trying to take my kids to get something to eat. So I don't know how I ended up on that other street. That dude knocked the hell out of me, and it was mad people outside just chit chatting, and then saw me go across to the other street and was like, "What the hell? Like, how did she? Why would this dude do that?" And then the dude tried to keep going. Like, aren't you gonna stop? And then people, I think somebody told me, one of the witnesses told me that they blocked him when they saw what he had did to my car. They blocked him, and he had no choice but to get out and walk over to me. Ma'am, you was speeding. How I was speeding, and I was just turning. And first off, back then, and that was 2013, I had just got my license. Do you know how cautious new drivers are? New drivers are mad cautious. Like, they still thinking about what that driver's ed book say. So I was still following the book rules. I was still driving with two hands. So, like, how was I, like, not following the rules? That's crazy. And I was supposed to be getting up, going to work the next day, and because of you, I couldn't go to work. You messed up some of my money. Like, how my kids are supposed to eat? You messing with my money or whatever. So I'ma sue you. End of that case took 3 years. 3 years. And then when I finally got that money, I was in another shelter because that place that I was in, Brooklyn, FEMA stopped paying the rent. FEMA stopped paying the rent in that place. So that got me evicted. And I had to go back in the shelter. No, first I went to my biological mother's house and I stayed with her for like 2 days. Did I? I stayed with her for like 2 days. No. Yeah. So they sent the marshals. So the what you call it? That next morning it was cold. I had no heat in my house. So we was all sleeping in our coats or whatever. So we heard boom, 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 boom on the door, and then like I opened the door and it was the marshals, and I'm like, first off, it's already cold in here, and I got my kids in here freezing, and then it's a snowstorm outside. You want to kick me out and it's snowing outside? Are you serious? Yo, the marshals was cursing those people out. It was cursing those people out because why you mad? Because my husband is here? You mad? You mad? Or whatever, but it's whatever. I got up, I left. We packed what we could, and we told the marshals that we were gonna come back for our stuff. Yo, when I did come back for my stuff, yo, I had my Bible, right, with mad of my, you guys already know that I'm a pastor, but I was more into like preaching back then. That was like a lot. And I had all of my sermons in my Bible. Like, these people took my sermons out of my Bible, threw them out, and left the Bible empty. Who does that? I don't know. These people are weird. I don't know who does that, but that's what they did. And I'm sitting here talking to y'all guys, and I'm hungry as hell. I don't even know what time it is. What time is it's almost 3 o'clock. But yeah, it's crazy. Like, I don't understand. Like, how can you take something that somebody was writing up, like sermons, throw that away? You must be are you the devil? Like, you take my sermons out and just leave my Bible, like, because I said I want to keep my Bible. You just throw everything else away in it. What I'm supposed to do, I'm supposed to say, oh, I want my Bible and everything in it, and don't throw away nothing in that. Like, I should have went and contacted them, the marshals, because it's like they threw away mad of my stuff. Like, people are grimy. Like, if I was ever to become a landlord, I kid you not, I would be the nicest landlord ever, ever. Thank you for staying. I think I'm gonna probably get off too because I have to get up at like 6 in the morning to get my kids up and ready for school. So I'm probably gonna cut this part short about my past and my stories and to come on and do another live. Let me know, like comments, and I'll come back no soon as maybe sometime this week. Because I have a lot more to tell you guys. Like a whole story. Okay, I'll see you soon. Buenas tardes. I haven't spoken. You know what? I'm kind of rusty on my Spanish. My Spanish is real rusty because I haven't been around my mom in a long time. So when she speaks to me in Spanish most of the time, and my Spanish is so rusty. So if I'm saying stuff wrong or whatever, like, I know what I'm saying, and I know you know what I'm saying, but it's probably not like the way it used to be. I used to be able to speak like fluent, but it's not as it was before. But I understand everything you type in. I could read it and I understand it, but to talk back, Mexicano. Wow. Tú tienes mucho. Yeah, guys, so I think I'm gonna oh, your mother's Latina. Mine's too. I'm gonna do a stream one day, and I'm gonna have my sisters and my mom um like record with me. The people that I was talking about that I snagged as my adoptive family. So I'm gonna try to have them, like, we all get together and shoot a video or something soon. So look out for that. That's coming up. I'm so tired. I'm hungry. I'm tired. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for 3,000 subscribers. I'm hoping to get to 30,000 before the end of the year. So I'm going to be like very consistent. Try to grow as much as I can before the end of the year, because rules are changing come 2020. So I want to make sure that I got more than I can, more than enough. This because of whatever. So many rules. If you don't have 4,000 watch hours before January 2020 hits, you're gonna have a lot of work to do. So keep on streaming lives. Kendra, if you're still watching, keep on streaming lives. Try to go as many hours as you can. Go off, come back as much as you can, because YouTube not playing. They're not playing. You gotta have everything that you need before 2020 hit, or it's gonna get harder. I think it's going up to, you need 4,000 subscribers and 10,000 watch hours. Be careful, y'all. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you for 3,000 subscribers. This was my appreciation stream. And I will be back with more to come. I love you guys to the moon and back. Buenos tardes. Buenos dias. But I love you guys so much. Good night. And thank you so much again for 3,000 subscribers.